Wow, Gabrielle Union is a mother kicking ass. Let's see how this movie goes.
With a sky in the I'm so hard. So hard. Yeah, you know this.
Broke into the wrong house.
So Breaking In took from the director of V for Vendetta. I can't say that director's name is James something. I just can't. And it stars Gabrielle Union. And this movie is basically about this mother, played by Gabrielle Union, who took her kids to her old father's house after he died. And basically her father's house got really great security stuff. And these burglars, of course, went into the house, stole the children. They want something from that house. And Gabrielle Union has to stop them and try and get her children back. She has to break into the house because all the security is like shutting down the house. Now this movie, I wasn't really that much anticipated for this film because I know what this film is going to be. It's going to be a typical house invasion thriller film, kind of like a copyright of Panic Room, which I really like that movie. Yeah, there's nothing I want to go into this movie, and I was basically kind of right about this movie. Now, this movie is not terrible, okay? Like, this movie, if you're like a thriller fan, if you like house invasion movies, I think this movie will give you a little bit of fun into it. There are some pretty fun action scenes. Some of the action scenes were actually not bad shot, which I'm kind of impressed at. And Gabrielle Union, I think she's a pretty good character in this film. I think she's the one that did stole this movie for me. I don't follow along that much. Like, I know what her character's going to be. She has to do nothing, never give up, and save her children. Like, I get that. And she didn't do bad. I can see she's trying this whole film, trying to be like Bruce Willis in Die Hard. And that's a pretty good thing, because she's actually trying to be like that, and she actually didn't do as bad in this film. But guys, you know what this film is going to be. I'm not going to spoil it if you guys don't, but if you guys see like house invasion films, you know what these movies are. It's all cliched villains, and all cliched like plot, and all cliche like endings and all that stuff. Like, we've seen stuff in this movie many times before that made me think this movie is just very necessary to be made. This movie is not good, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to say that this movie is the worst movie of the year. At least I bet 50 Shades Freed. At least bet that, because some of the action scenes were actually shot fine. They weren't shot terribly. They weren't shot great, but they're just in the middle. It's like, okay, it's impressive. Some of the shots are impressive. But yeah, there are some pretty cliche characters in the film, especially the villains. Like, they're all cliche villains that we've seen in movies many times before. The main villain, I forgot the actor's name, but yeah, he's just a really cliched villain we've seen in movies so many times before. And the kids, to me, they were a bit annoying in the film. And I can see that these kids know what they're doing in the film. I get that, but I don't know, just these kids feel like, okay, there's a typical teenage girl that has nothing to do with her life, and the annoying little brother, like, all that stuff. We've seen movies like that many times before, and I know I have to keep saying that, but this movie's just full of cliches that we've seen in movies that production in Hollywood can't make something original now these days. Like, movies like A Quiet Place. That movie's my favorite movie of the year because it's original. It has something to do, not just a horror movie, but about family. This movie is trying to establish that, but it just didn't work for me. This movie is actually a bit boring in some parts, and I really don't want to say that about this film, but literally, I was literally in the theater thinking, no, there's gotta be something new happening in this film, because there's all stuff happening that we've seen many times before. Guys, overall, Breaking is exactly what I thought it's going to be. It is an old cliche house invasion thriller that we've seen before. Some of the action scenes were well shot, I'll give it that, and Gabrielle Union didn't do a bad job. But to me, this film is not that good, guys. I'm really sorry if you guys are excited for this film. To me, this film is definitely one of the most cliched films I've seen all year. I know a lot of people are like, you're being too harsh on this film. And I'm not trying to be. I'm actually trying to be honest here because I'm a movie reviewer. And movie reviewers always have to be honest. But to me, this movie really disappointed me. But if you want to see a cliched thriller that you've seen many times before, go ahead and see it. But at my rating scale, I'm going to give Breaking In a D+. So guys, let me know down below if you have seen Breaking In. Do you like the movie or hate the movie? Just let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and have a nice day.